Welcome to A New View. We are Restored Ministries, and we have our special guest and friend, Kelley Allison, is filling in for Stephanie. She has a few weeks off, but this is Kim Weingart. I'm Michelle Ballum, and we bring you A New View each and every week, 3 episodes. So if you've been watching this week's show, you know we're talking about all things our favorite things. We talked about favorite traditions, movies, foods, things for the holidays. Then we had a whole episode on our favorite items. Yes. Favorite things that we're going to give you a chance to win some of those on our Facebook page. And this episode, we're talking about our favorite things to do. Because sometimes when we get together with friends or family over the holidays, we think maybe just sitting with them is all it really takes, and we could be on our phones. But let's give you a new view of how you can spend this holiday time with your friends and family doing some other things.
And not just holidays.
Not every day. Anything. Yeah. Absolutely. One of our favorite things to do a few years ago we implemented was the color books. And we do old school color books. Old school color books, not the new fancy ones with designs and things, even those are great. We do the old school, like, the old characters. I even like the big, wide, big single objects with the wide lines.
There's a puppy on this page and a ball on this page. That's my speed.
I'm going to go for the ball, girl.
Do you have the big, thick crayons?
Sometimes we do, but it's mostly Crayola, the good Crayola. And we'll get several different boxes, and we'll just pile the books up there, and you can get them so cheap, all different places. My brother, my sisters, my husband,
doing this.
And we just sit on my farm table, and it really, while you're coloring, it lets you engage in conversations, and you just really catch up. You're not on your phones. I mean, I remember my niece and I mean, even like, it was funny a few years ago, her boyfriend, where he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're going to get a color book, and you're going to color.
Forced family color time.
Family color time, exactly.
But it's like therapeutic too, especially if they've been in the car for hours, or if the kids are fighting with each other, they can just kind of sit and.
No, I'm like seriously going to do this. Like, I'm going to go buy some coloring books, and during next week when the kids are off, I'm going to say, okay, guys, come down to the table. And even Kevin.
Yes, exactly, because Joe's always kind of like, I'm good. I'm like, oh, no, you're going to color. But, this is funny because we used to, like, when we would go out of town, like Connor and I, one time, we had gone to Rockport. It was just her and I, and we were doing something during the day, and she said, hey, Mom, let's grab the color books. And it's really a time that we just, her and I, will just sit there, and even at home we'll do this, and we'll just grab the color books. But it's just really, there's something different about it because you're not on your phone, but it's just really letting you engage and to talk. And then it's funny, and
therapy.
Then it's therapy. And then you could say, look at my little thing, and everybody has to sign it and put the date, because then we'll go back through the books and we'll be like, oh my gosh, look, did this. And especially when the kids grow, like we have some color books that have been in the family when my kids were little, and you can say,
you've done this for a while.
We've done this for a few years, but I've really implemented it probably in the last 5, like that's really a holiday thing. We have it, and I keep the colors in my buffet by the farm table, and we do that. So that's
and you're allowed to go outside the lines.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I get busy and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to hurry up and finish this.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Just something different. Like we're big gamers in my family. I'm not a gamer. I don't really like that. But I have found, though, that recently we played Scrabble. And I whooped them, and I was like, yes, and I loved that. I thought, I forgot how much I loved Scrabble, because I'm kind of a word nerd.
Yeah.
I like, the words, and then, like you said, I like to look up and make sure my word is good, but then my brother and my mom, they're like, that's cheating, like you're not supposed to do that.
Like Kevin. We are still fighting over, because I beat him, this was 20 years ago, and we actually used to get in kind of like, not fights, but like very competitive, and even my dad was like, are y'all sure y'all should get married? Because we would get so like intense about it, but visa was one of the words that I got, and he said it wasn't a word. Oh, wow. And I think it is a word.
Yes.
It is. Kevin, it's a word.
Because like the brand of credit card, like the company name, Visa, he's saying would be a proper noun. And I'm going into the rules of Scrabble. I'm a word nerd too.
But then I said, no,
but it is.
Visa, like that you
travel,
work,
like,
you have to get a Visa, work visa. So he tried to take away my win. But I did win on Visa. So
I can't even remember the word, but I know my word spelled down this way and spelled sideways, and it was two like real words, and I mean it was like a crazy score. And I mean we were taking pictures and sending them to my brother and saying, "Can you believe what she just did?
Right.
Can you believe this just happened?" You know, and my daughter had fun, but yes, we're big on that. My family loves dominoes. My husband is very competitive dominoes, but he counts. He counts and he pays attention to what's put down, so he knows what's in your hand. And I don't like that. And he's over competitive.
And
so when he has too much thinking for me, I'm just trying to count to see if I have them in fives and put them in the right spot. And so when he puts it down, he gets a big score. He always like slaps the domino, and he'll do this really like, whoo, like kind of bragging. I'm like, annoying. Oh no, that's annoying. You know.
Well, I mean, that's his end zone dance, and you sending pictures of your words to your siblings is yours.
True. That's my end zone dance. So you're right. I have to look at that at a new view. I won't look at that as my husband's annoying competitive game mood. That's his end zone dance. So yes, it's funny. And Granny still has it though. You know, she'll play, and she's still pretty good. But this is funny. We play LRC. It's like this little dice game, left, right, center, and you roll the dice. Well, my mother-in-law is 91, and we played it recently at Thanksgiving. It was funny. And so Granny was just like, she would not really shake the dice. She would just kind of drop them, and they would land on the dots, which is good. She didn't lose anything every time. And my sister-in-law was like, "You gotta shake them." And then when she shake them, they would still land on the dots. And we were like, "Granny, we're gonna take you to Vegas. I mean, we're gonna take you to Vegas." Sure.
You can find hidden talents.
I know. But we wrap up like little gifts, like little like packs of gum, or maybe a little.
You have prizes?
We have prizes for LRC. And if then you want to be really competitive, then you play for money, you know.
Gambling.
Gambling, a little money.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to finish.
Sometimes you just have to finish the song. That's right. And that's what you do. Or you can play karaoke and sing.
Oh, that is fun.
Yes.
But that's fine.
Do you do that?
We have, Well, no, we haven't done it in a while, but we have the little speaker with the little.
We do too.
It is so much fun when you have a microphone.
But have you seen the new one?
No.
You plug it into your smartphone.
No.
Yes, and it's an app, and you get the karaoke song, and it goes right on your smartphone.
I don't think I would get anything done.
I know.
Steinmart, I saw him the other day, and I almost bought one because I thought that was so fun.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I saw it at Steinmart, and I thought, oh my gosh, this would be really, really fun. But it's a microphone. You stick it to your smartphone because
then you can play the songs.
And it has an app. You go to an app, and it's the karaoke app.
Wow, good gift idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. We used to do just throughout the year, but I kind of want to bring it back over Christmas break just as something to do. But bingo with our kids. We have the big one with the balls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to work at a church, and I got them all the cards and the daubers. So I have a bunch of these that I bought from them when they stopped doing bingos. And we make it legit, like you said, with your setup, And we started with prizes and everything. And then my husband got this idea. Well, we had 5 kids, so he's like, well, let's do like a super bingo. Let's make like extra good prizes this time.
Yeah.
So then the boys got where they're like, so is it like bingo or is it like super bingo?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's just bingo tonight. And they're like,
We just want to play
super bingo. That's really fun.
We kind of ruined bingo with making it super
No,
sometimes.
That's fun. Oh yeah, I like bingo. That's fun.
That reminds me of a song. I'm not gonna sing it.
She didn't sing. But so really, because it's really hard to put away those electronics sometimes. I mean, I know I get so irritated. Everybody will be on their phone. They're just kind of mindlessly scrolling, kind of.
Doing Snapchat.
Or Snapchat. Yeah, I do not do Snapchat. I probably don't even remember my thing, but my sisters and my kids do it, and all that. I'm sure
They send pictures of their chin, their noses.
Oh yes. Well, they've gotten me a few times on Snapchat. I'm sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a thing in I don't know what it's called. I probably shouldn't have. Anyway, in texting, you can text a game, like you play one end of it and you text it to another person. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So my 17-year-old now is sending me games. And the thing is, we will be sitting like this far apart playing these games, and we're talking about it, but it's like, I guess that's good.
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun though.
Taking it to the new level of technology.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's games that we totally have. Like, we have a closet in the corner with all the games. We have the games that we're playing on our phones. Mm-hmm. We could sit with a board in between us and do it, but I don't know why it's still fun on the phone.
The little Christmas parties that we do with the ladies and the husbands, because Joe's really over competitive. Kevin is, I know that. Stephanie's husband, Jeff, and things we would do that. And so, remember, we would play those games, and the guys would be all, what's the game we played? I can't remember.
something. Oh, with the timer ran
Timer,
out.
yeah.
You had to say it without saying it.
The word.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what you call
You
it.
had to give all the description of the word that you read, but you couldn't say the
Right.
word.
There's a few games like that.
Yeah, so
I'm
it's
not sure.
easy for women, you know, because women will say like the word is shopping mall. You know, so then you can say, hey, remember where we went to return, and they'll be like, shopping mall, and the guys will be like, really? Hey, but because we're more story related, you know, like how we could do it, but the guys are so ultra competitive, and then they'll be trying to say all these code words and do it, and then and the buzzer will go
Who won?
off.
I don't remember who won.
The guys have beat us. We're going to have to do it again. We're going to need to do like some type of like New Year's, some game kind of thing, because even though I'm not gaming.
But we need to rig it.
Yeah, she's wanting to cheat already on games. We're talking about favorite things to do. Kelly's going to teach us how to cheat.
Hysterical.
Well, tell him that we rigged it afterwards.
Yes. Or we just practice. We'll just get it in practice. That's what we say. Because remember that one year we almost got them, or I think we maybe did. They thought we had been practicing.
Yeah.
But it's,
Have you played Mad Gab? Is that the one you're thinking of, where the timer is?
that might be it.
Might be it.
Oh no, Mad Gab. I think that's the one where it's words that aren't the words, but if you say it, I like to say it with like a French accent because then it comes out as, you know.
Sort of the word.
Yeah.
The word.
And I don't know, it's like I wrote this game because I knew every single one. My mother-in-law had got it as a gift for Christmas when we went to Vermont for Christmas one year. And we all sat down and were playing.
Like, super good.
And like, she didn't ever want to play it again.
You just kept beating everybody. They didn't even have a chance.
Yeah, so it's my favorite.
See, you're a word nerd.
I am.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
We are too, though, because we like to take the word and then just, get the...
I'm a word studier.
Studier, yeah, but I call it nerd.
Yeah.
We study. Word
I'm a word studier.
Word studier.
Not a nerd. No.
Nerd in a good sense. In a good sense, yeah, because there's a great thing I shared on Restored Ministries today. It's a blog that we follow from that David Tim. He does a lot of different, like Lent time studies and different things like that, but he did one today on a word that when you look at the thing, it's really good.
Is it because you're a person that didn't send their blog in, which was me?
Yeah, Friday. Kelly blogs every Friday for Restored Ministries.
Almost every Friday,
but she's been on a little hiatus.
Yeah,
so,
we
give her
a good, generous,
boss,
graceful person. Okay.
We give her a little
Break.
grace on this and things. All right, so what are some other favorite things that we can do with families?
We love puzzles. Because you can walk away from it when you need to, or if somebody else comes in, they can just hop right in. It's not like a game that you would have to restart to include them. It's just there.
That's a good idea, and a lot of people do that. They set up, put it on a little table, and they do that. I've had friends, and they'll do, the big 1,000-piece puzzle. I almost bought a puzzle the other day thinking, hey, we should do that. The kids are on college break for about a month, and I thought I would never get them for a puzzle, because when they were little, we'd be, halfway through and be like, this is getting hard.
If you put a prize to it, I found that incentives.
Wow, yeah,
Then they're fighting over that last piece.
Yeah.
They're hiding pieces in their pocket.
Oh, yeah. Kern would be hiding pieces in his pocket, so his sister couldn't figure it
Yeah.
out, and things. But no, puzzles is a good idea, because like you said, you don't have to, it's not a start or finish like a game, you get started and then you're not going into overtime, on all the games. There's what's the games and they run long and you're like, okay.
Like Monopoly.
Oh, yeah. Don't play Monopoly.
Awful.
No,
Or life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Life. Oh, yeah, my kids always wanted to play
Risk.
Life. Yes.
Oh.
And those were just too fast. I like the ones that, checkers
Battleship.
or something.
That's
Something
fast.
quick and easy.
Don't remember Battleship?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
You sunk my battleship.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Candyland. There were so many games, Sorry.
Operation.
Oh, yeah. Now, I liked Operation, but, oh, gosh, you had to be so steady.
When you jump. When it
Yes, we had this one board game called Mind Your Manners, and it was so fun. But the little cards, it was kind of like you would go, you would roll, and you'd have to move your little thing, and then it would give you to go from this stack of cards to this one, and it would be different manners, and you'd have to answer them. It was really kind of fun. But it's called Mind Your Manners.
I don't know that one.
I think it was Discovery
Maybe that's why I
Kids
don't
or
know my
something.
manners.
I forgot. I didn't know. We didn't stick. But yeah, it was called Mind Your Manners.
We're talking about all this, but I mean, how many of you or how many of us think about childhood memories? Do you guys have good memories of playing games?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So if we do that with our kids, we're building memories and traditions that they can look back on, and we're talking about fun things that there's a meaning behind it, because as you're saying all this, I'm remembering You know, playing. My dad would always play games with us.
Right.
Like, you know, and I'm like sometimes not the best. Like, I'm like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. But do play. You know, when your kids ask you, because there will come a time when they may not ask you.
Right.
So, gosh, I guess if my son asks me to play Monopoly, I'll have to play. But it does. It builds memories, and it bonds families. You know, and then one day when that person may not be here anymore, your parents or whatever, you have those fond memories to look back, and then if you play that game again, you remember them.
Right.
So there's a benefit to it.
Exactly.
That's, you know, like a deeper thing than just having fun.
And if the weather is beautiful, we like to go out. We used to play baseball a lot, or croquet.
Like real baseball?
Yeah, like real baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, like we would, you know, be just
find a team in the neighborhood.
Yeah, or just, you know, family. And you have
just throw it back and forth the ball.
Throw it back and forth. They still like a great memory is that we went to the park and we were playing, and I was like, really, I hit a ground ball, and it went really out and I was running, and my son was trying to get me. He was chasing me, and I was so busy focusing on him, I lost my footing. And I could feel myself like, I'm fixing to go. And I mean, I slid. I had strawberries. But and then I laid
first base, second base?
Home. But I got out right before I hit the base. But we got so tickled with the laughter. I mean, after they realized Mom was not overly hurt, but I just was bleeding from strawberries. We got so tickled we couldn't. So now every time they were like, I'm not playing baseball anymore with y'all. But they have that awesome memory of me wiping out Frisbee. We love Frisbee. My family is a big Frisbee.
I'm afraid of Frisbees.
Oh, we are.
Really?
Yeah, they're scary.
You must have had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh, boom, right there. Yeah.
We got to get that trauma off.
That only has to happen once, and then you don't want to play Frisbee.
No, my husband and my son, they're like trick Frisbees. And my son tore his Achilles playing that ultimate Frisbee. Yeah. So he hasn't been playing as much, but I mean, he is crazy good like his dad. My husband is crazy good. And
is that why you married him?
No. Well, that kind of good. That was a plus. I thought he was kind of sexy when he played the Frisbee. He's pretty good. I mean, trick shots, right?
Not everybody can play Frisbee.
Right, no. And lift the leg where you catch it underneath the leg and all that. He can still do it at 55. But, I mean, we were playing in Cabo last year or whatever it was like that. And he was on the beach and they were doing that and people were like, wow, is he like a professional? I'm like, no, he just a Frisbee guy.
He's mine.
He's a Frisbee guy. But they were like, he was really, good. So then a lot of people would join us. But we love to play at the beach where you can do it in the waves. Now, Cabo, you couldn't do it too much because the waves are too much.
Yeah, because it would take you off.
Right, take you off. But in smaller waves, like Port Aransas, different things like that, we do it because it's kind of fun when you go to catch the Frisbee and you wipe out in the waves. But we'll do the Frisbee. But as I practice, I get better. And I can't just, come out and cold throw. I got to warm up. But my husband can come right out and he can do it.
Cold throw.
So I was like, the kids were warming up. They were going to go play Ultimate Frisbee. And there was a bunch of them. They were playing at the house. And I said, hey, I'll play with y'all. And that.
Big mistake.
2 throws. I hit the neighbor's car twice. The car alarm went off. And I'm like, see y'all, I'm back in the house.
The kids are there going, dang it, Mom.
Like, Mom's not good. My dad's good. My mom's not good at all. So Frisbee, so we do baseball, Frisbee, croquet, some kind of outdoor things, Yeah.
Have y'all driven over to Prestonwood or any of the neighborhoods that are like very lit around
the
Christmas
season? Not.
Really?
We have not because it's not as good as it used to be.
Well, this is the deal. It is as good as it used to be. It's not as good as you remember.
Oh.
But not every house does it. They don't
really?
make it. It's not in your deed restriction. My friend lives over there,
Okay, because when I lived there, you had to do it.
Yeah, when we were going to buy there 22 years ago, it's in your deed restriction. You have to, and then if you sell the house, it came with the things. They don't do that anymore. So then you have the streets where it don't. Because used to, you would go in there, it was every house. It's still... Like you said, it's not as good as we remember because not everybody participates.
You think it's cool.
Yeah.
When you think everything's
so especially on the concept that maybe it's starting to trail off and not as many people are participating, we really need to get over there this year.
Yeah, because it won't be so bad because it used to be bad bumper to bumper.
There's also
ice skating.
Yes, ice skating's a good one to get together with families. Yeah.
You should do that, Michelle.
No.
I've done it
Are you a good
I'm
ice
not.
skater?
No, not anymore. But I used to.
I'll take my kids and sit in the stands and watch.
It's fun.
It is. I haven't done it again. Because the last time I tried to roller skate, I'm like, I don't really want to wipe out. The little kids come behind you real fast. I'm like,
they go by quickly.
I would need the pushy thing, the little thing you hold, the little what's that called?
The little walker?
Yeah, I would need a walker.
Yeah. The key to ice skating is get your skates really, really tight. But yeah, I can do it. My daughter's really good. Yeah, we used to do that. Hey,
They
our
like to
friend
do that.
Angela, Angela that does Worthy Thought Wednesday, every Wednesday on the vlog, she used to play hockey. That's how her and her husband Eric met. And I'm like, wow, you go, girl.
She's tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hockey. Right. What are some other favorite things to...
I'm thinking, like, we've moved to a few different places, and literally we're getting ready to move out of Indianapolis, and we had an opportunity to go see the Indy 500. And we look at each other, we're like, why have we never done this before? We've been here forever. And so just like sitting here in Houston now, thinking there's stuff around here to go do, and especially because at certain times of year, there's different things that you wouldn't just see throughout the rest of the year. Look wherever you are, look around your area and think, what do they have going on? What can we just get out and go see?
And they even have where now you can search, and it's free things around town. That's a really, too, where you don't even have to pay money. They talk about free events going on, and there's some really great free events that go on at all different places. And we have those great little shopping places. We have a little boardwalk place. Have y'all been over there? Off of, like 290 Barker, is it Barker Cypress area?
Town Lake.
Town Lake. Is it Town Lake? And
Yeah.
they have like this little boardwalk. They have some restaurants, some shopping. So it's right on the water. It has a little water thing. So that's kind of some nice little areas to go to.
Well, you can never go wrong taking teenagers shopping. Or out to eat lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. If I took the boys, they'd be like, where are we going to be eating? That'd be the first question.
Yeah, that's the first thing, too. I know.
But
Or just cooking, like my kids, the fun part lately is my daughter goes to the grocery store for me, and she sticks to the budget. I mean, she is a good stick to the budget, but she started doing
them
it.
up right over
there. She is really, I mean, she's just like, I'll take care of it. I'm like, you go, girl. That saves me. I love it. And so she does it, sticks to the budget, but, I thought, she's getting tired of it because she had done it for like 2 months in a row, and then I had to go do it myself, and I'm like, I don't like doing this anymore. I need you to do this. But she's so quick, and she does it. So she says, okay, Mom, I'll make you a deal. And this has been for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I will go, and then you have to cook. You have to make some of these things that we're getting. And I'm like, I used to cook every night, but then when Joe was traveling a lot this year, it was kind of like hit or miss. And then my son was making jokes, and he was like telling my sister over the weekend, he was like, some nights we go to bed really great. Other nights you go to bed hungry because Mom's not cooking. I'm like, son, that's not true. And I have some snacks in there. So we've been the last couple of weeks, she'll go to the grocery store, get the things, we make the list, the menu, and then we all three get in the kitchen, and they're like my sous chefs. I'm like, and so we make several things up. We make, things that they can have pasta salads or chicken salads. We cook the meats for the dinner and different things. So we have like the week planned out where they can either make their food if everybody has a different schedule, or we have something that I will prepare that day and make a bigger meal, but they always have it and they're like, we like this, and I go, I can do that. We get in the kitchen and cook, because that was a memory with my dad. My dad was a big cooker, and we like to get in the kitchen together. And so it's kind of fun that, you get that. And it doesn't have to be, like at Christmas time or holidays. It could be just giving you a break, or especially when they get older. They're on so many different schedules and stuff.
That's a good way to engage with them while you're cooking. And Kyle's home, my son is college, and he wants to eat dinner. So he goes to the store with me, and then he's like, okay, Mom, what are we cooking each night? And then he helps me cook. So just the same thing, invite them to come and do some of those things as they get older, and it becomes part of the memories like you have with your dad and so forth. Or you get them to cook for you.
Yeah, exactly. Or they tell their friends, like quick and easy things that are healthy but filling. We do these little, like, I know I've made them for you. Those little brisket tacos.
I knew where you were going.
And my son will tell all his friends, like, they'll come over and he'll start making them. They're like, these are so good. He's like, see, when you go off to college, he's like, and so it's funny because he has a couple of friends that are off at college, and they're having to really do their own meals, and they're being away from home. And so he's kind of like, I'm kind of glad I got my basics done locally because I can still, have the food, but. It teaches them.
Well, and thinking about being in the kitchen with the kids, we've kind of talked before in the last few weeks about when you get together and decorate the cookies with the kids.
Oh,
and when the kids are little, it's kind of messy. They get so far with it, and then they're like, okay, we want to go play, and then you're pretty much baking everything else yourself and cleaning up. But I'm thinking now that mine are so much older, it would probably be fun to just do that. Just like same as the coloring books, it's kind of therapeutic, and you can talk through it. Same, just in decorating cookies.
Yeah, or your chocolates, all your different things. Do you put them to work? A little bit.
Are you a perfectionist with your chocolates?
I am. I will give them you work on that. But I can come out of that. They need the experience.
That's good. So these are some really great favorite things, because I'm thinking, favorite things to do, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't take a lot, or just sitting down watching a Christmas movie together. Sometimes
I think the whole idea is just engaging with your children, whether they're young, old, whatever. It's just,
or just with each other, moms,
focusing.
dads,
whoever you are,
sisters, friends, whoever we have with us. It's nice to, because sometimes we take each other for granted. We might be at lunch or something, we're like checking our phone, we'll take a selfie, but then we're checking
their rooms,
messages, or something like that. But really, it's just engaging and just,
and maybe even asking them, like, I'm getting ideas right now, like, hey, what do you want to do? Where would you? Now you have to be prepared to maybe drive on the freeway outside of your bubble.
Your comfort zone.
Or go wherever, but, say, hey, what would you like to do this, holidays as a family, and ask them. So now I'm going to have to ask.
Right, we were just talking about that last week, the communication is key to,
because then they feel valued, like,
about
okay, that's a great, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Lots of times we as moms just
tell them.
Exactly.
A couple years ago, and I think we did this for a few years, and I think we skipped last year, but I'd like to do it again this year. I gave everybody a bunch of papers, and we sat around, probably around Christmas, writing either blessings or things that we felt went well that year, or some compliment that maybe somebody in the family did something, we just want to kind of address it. So we throw all these into a jar, and then New Year's Eve, take them all out and read through.
That's a good idea. And that's a great New Year's Eve time to have, like to have a little gathering and stuff.
And we did that one year with a Christmas tree years ago, and I think my mother-in-law gave me the idea, little balls, like construction paper.
Yeah, thankful tree. We did that.
And the thankful tree, and they'd write on there what they were thankful for, and I saved it, and I just put it out on my kitchen.
Was it in your kitchen? I think I saw that.
Yes, and I'm like, it's funny to read what, 5 years ago.
Oh, yes.
Of course, some of them wrote things that were just not really being funny, but, things like, oh, wow, that's, and then they were engaged in that, and then that's a memory I'll have, that little tree forever, and, well, not forever, but just as a reminder, and get them, I love that, See, we just need to think about these things, have a discussion with your husband or yourself, and think about.
Ask your husband, what do you want to do over the holidays?
Brilliant.
Exactly. But these are great ideas.
If he wants to go to a wrestling match or something like that, you're going to have to do that.
Entertain that. Compromise. But we hope that you have gotten some favorite ideas and how you can engage with your family and friends this holiday season. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from all of us at Restored Ministries and A New View. We thank you for tuning in each and every week. We bring you 3 episodes every week. We thank our dear friend Kelley Allison. We thank her for joining us again. We hope that you have some favorite ideas, you have some favorite gift ideas, and that you will go to our Facebook page at Restored Ministries and share your view of your favorite things. Take care.
Merry Christmas.